Guys, welcome back to another Vibrations here. Round of applause goes out to each and every one of you guys who tuned into yet another Mystelics React channel, guys. This is where I tend to react to a number of videos taking place in Dominica, all over the place, guys. But yeah, guys, this one I'm gonna be reacting to an audio that was sent to me a number of times. I'm not kidding, guys. I had to literally delete audio upon audio upon audio upon audio upon video audio and all kind of things that people were sending me based on the whole thing dealing with Joshua Francis and what he had to say on the UWP team and everybody and so forth and so forth. Now, guys, I must make mention, a number of persons were sending me this and say you have to respond. I didn't want to, but since a number of persons were sending me, this is the number one thing. I had another video that was sent to another audio that was sent to me, but I think I'll do that one tomorrow. But this one was the top one, guys. This one was the top one dealing with Joshua Francis and his thoughts on Lennox Linton and the UWP team and so forth. So I know a number of persons always tell me you are one-sided and whatnot. Let's get into this, guys. I don't want to fake anything for you guys. I keep it 100. So I'm just gonna be reacting to this audio right there. I think Scary is a really brilliant guy when it comes down to understanding the the psyche of human beings and what they tend to respond to, and then allowing people to believe certain things that not necessarily are true. Because I don't understand how he was digging a pit. If you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, and guys, please challenge me on everything I say there today. I don't understand how he was digging a pit in this regard. But when I first heard the audio, guys, I think Joshua Francis was pretty much pandering to the individuals he was talking to. I believe he stated that he was talking to one of his friends, and then it's rather interesting that he was talking to one of his friends and he knew that there were other people around, yet still saying the same thing about them, and they asking him questions and so forth and so forth, because you can pretty much hear in the background. Let us start back right there. So there were multiple people there. You can literally hear two people at least in the background, probably the individual holding the camera and somebody else. So he was literally talking to the individuals right there, and it doesn't seem like these guys who support us anyways, yet still he's a UWP former UWP candidate, and you know, he's talking to them in this manner, which I don't think was very wise to do in the first place, because you're pretty much talking to the enemy, so to speak, and you're pretty much giving the enemy fuel, and then look at all this that happened right there. So I think it wasn't that smart of Joshua Francis to be. I mean, you're talking about your friends, you're freeing up with your friends, whether you pandering to your friends. Sometimes you tend to tell your friends lies and stuff just for the sake of, you know, thing. It could be that, but then I know he stated in some previous comments and so forth that he was telling his truth. I don't know what truth is in there. I mean, if you're freaking out with your friends, you're freaking out with your friends, man. But hey, let us continue in this regard.
And then cost difference like 3 by 6.
Yeah?
And then cost difference like 3 by 6. Yeah.
So he's blaming them for costing him, is it? Now, guys, if you correct me if I'm wrong, you guys can look at the last election of Joshua Francis' seat, and this election, the 2019 election that passed. So you can look at the last two. To me, Joshua Francis got more than he did in the previous elections. He got more votes than the previous elections. However, we know that Brother Scary brought in a number of individuals to tilt the scale into his favor. I mean, Joshua Francis even knows this. He knows this very thing right there. So why then is he blaming? That's why I tell you, I think he's pandering to the individuals that he's talking to. But as a political individual, you do not go and talk to people you know is on the other side and try to make it worse, thinking you're making yourself better at the same time. That doesn't make any sense to me. I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Let's continue. The person even reiterated costing your seat we? Because they know that Scary brought in individuals. I mean, come on. He brought in more individuals in order to help tilt the scale. So it's not the opposition leader that's at fault at this. It's also what have you done in your community to help push you to a light where even they brought in people, they will still vote for you. You know? That is the kind of, my mind is just thinking that way in this regard right there. By the way, Joshua Francis was my former teacher in college. So it's not like I want to think, but you guys, hey, it is what it is. I'm just speaking what I'm thinking.
Some people Mr. What shit is that now? But the man out there going to scary day in, day out. And now the man going to sign a document.
It's interesting. He's talking about the Al Jazeera document.
Scary day in, day out. And now the man going to sign a document. And peanuts with 400,000 US. Yeah.
It's interesting that he's mentioning about signing documents and getting 400,000 US. Now guys, I actually went back to the Al Jazeera video and I looked at this and I realized that this was actually a memorandum of understanding right there. And it pretty much states what exactly is in the memorandum of understanding. The intent, the constitutional general election for blah blah Dominica, schedule for blah 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 blah. BrBpTV UWP Lennox said the capacity of Prime Minister. If he's the capacity of the Prime Minister, then he can then be able to memorandum of understanding. Look, I even put it there for you guys. Make the appointment authority of president blah blah blah, appoint a role of ambassador at large for the primary purpose of utilizing his expertise and experience in the realm of qualifications indicated within said curriculum vitae. This has absolutely nothing to do with $400,000. Imagine the signature is actually there. That is the same memorandum of understanding that was given right there. This is the Al Jazeera video, by the way, guys. And in fact, let me make sure I take my mess. I think of the audio a little bit, because Al Jazeera is a phony kind of thing, right? They just come for me when they want. I want you guys to listen to this right there.
28 days of Lennox Linton becoming Prime Minister.
So it says, they say that in 28 days of Lennox Linton becoming Prime Minister. That's what I just read.
He'd appoint our man ambassador at large.
He would appoint whoever that person is ambassador at large, for them to use their expertise in the way it is. It have nothing to do with selling diplomatic passports or selling passports or nothing like that. Literally, you can go back and watch the video. I went back myself and watched the video when I heard, because I've been hearing a number of persons, I think one of them is in Texas, who have always been saying he say signature, but the signature is for the memorandum of understanding for an individual who could possibly help in finding out where the monies of Scare went, utilizing this kind of abilities to find out where monies went when it comes down to this thing. So I understand, from my understanding of the interviews, they were looking, I think the legal team had to look for individuals who could assist them in finding out where these monies went, because obviously Scary would not be giving monies and telling people where money go and stuff. So if he became the Prime Minister, which was right there in the memorandum of understanding, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Prime Minister by the authority, you know, appointment of Lennox Linton as Prime Minister, then you become the ambassador at large to utilize his expertise and experience in the realm of qualifications indicated within said curriculum vitae. So what the person is expert in. So this has nothing to do with passport, because I've heard a number of persons saying that very same thing right there. And even in Al Jazeera, I want you guys to listen to this. I'm going back to the audio right there, guys. Listen to this.
He'd appoint our man ambassador at large.
Then listen to this carefully.
There's no mention of campaign donations.
There is what?
Mention of campaign. There's no mention of campaign donations.
There is no mention of campaign donations in the memorandum of understanding. So the document that Lennox signed was the memorandum of understanding. This is David Bruni's signature at the bottom of it. That is what Lennox signed. So when they're talking about signature there, I mean, come on, you guys know exactly what took place. It's rather interesting that the whole documentation was pretty much talking about Skerrit possibly giving a diplomatic passport to, I think it was Ali Reza Monfared, who was then using the diplomatic passport to do crime in his country. One of the reasons why he's in jail today. There's also a document that I received stating that Monfared was one of the people who sponsored some sort of some terrorist attack or some kind of thing like that. I have the document, guys. If you guys want, let me know in the comment box below. But
there's no mention of campaign donations.
I have to muffle the audio so that they don't pick it up and try to mess me up right there. Anyways, let's get back to Joshua Francis.
I think they man are blasting Skerrit about corruption and money. And the deputy leader, I don't know about that. So let's speaking of combat and money.
So Joshua Francis is talking about picking up. This is why I tell you guys, Joshua Francis seems to have been pandering to the individuals, telling them whatever they feel like, you're not being recorded, so you just decide to just pander, just hey, pick up bag and all kind of thing. He's talking about this very incident right there with, what is his name again? Terry Barron. Terry Barron went to Lennox Linton's home, as you can see right there, drag a bag with what supposedly is a lot of money. This is him entering the front door where Lennox was not. Based off the video, Lennox lad, he never knocked on the door. He just stand up there. This person is filming, must be his accomplice. He never knocked. The brother never knocked on the door, never knocked. He put there waiting. I don't know if he think it's telekinesis or something that was happening right there, but apparently that wasn't the case in this regard. Then he left without the bag, brothers and sisters. The bag full of money. Now it's very interesting that people are talking about bag of money without knowing exactly what on earth was in the bag. It could be a bag of sweeties. It could be a bag of documents or papers. Maybe Lennox wants some papers and they bring some papers for him from overseas. Who knows? But apparently people were saying it was a bag of money, which is rather interesting because that was the narrative that they were pushing. But based off the video, I had the video somewhere. I can't remember where the video went. But they actually portrayed the video. I think it's on BrBpTV. You guys can probably check that out for yourself and see what it is. But the brother left without the suitcase, leaving a bag of money unattended. Like, all you know is, which makes no sense. But yet still Joshua Francis is pretty much saying that same thing right there. He's talking about a bag. Yet still we're talking about bag. Fellas picking up bag. He never saw nobody pick up no bag, but he's talking about, this is what I'm telling you guys, he's probably pandering in it, but it's rather interesting that he says that is his truth. Interesting stuff. Anyways, let's continue.
OJ not in here. OJ played him well, Yes, he got his cut.
How do you know OJ got his cut? If you don't know if OJ got his cut and whatnot. No, guys, I'm not saying that this OJ guy and what is the David Bruni probably didn't get a cut or whatever. But based off the evidence that presented themselves, it was Al Jazeera doing this sting operation. And I guarantee you that there would have not been any cut given, especially if something they're trying to find. Now, on the basis of Al Jazeera doing the video, it was based on close to the elections, and Al Jazeera did not want to twist or make it the story look like they're attacking the Prime Minister, even though they received a number of evidence, factual evidence. I mean, Monfred is one of the factual evidence who received the Dominica diplomatic passport. He didn't make the diplomatic passport for himself. No, he didn't go somewhere and decide, hey guys, let me print this from the internet and decide to make my passport. No, he must have got the passport from somebody. And of course, we have seen Skerritt and Monfred linking up together. So where do you think he got it from? But this, and the whole document was pretty much about that. And there was only the part where Lennox signed the thing, so they changed their story a bit to make it seem as if they're not trying to pander to one side since it was close to election time. But that is what actually happened. And of course, they're talking about David Bruni and the other individuals, OJ Seraphine, who wanted thing and so forth, monies and so forth. But when it comes down to Lennox Linton, what Lennox signed had nothing to do with diplomatic passport. It was a memorandum of understanding for them to find ambassadors. The legal individuals had to go out there and find individuals who that could actually help them in finding out what exactly happened, and they will become ambassadors. Nothing wrong with that, guys. There's nothing wrong with making people ambassadors. You have to do due process for them, though, to make sure that they are okay. And obviously, I think they stated something about 28 days. They have to do their process to see if the individual has anything involved, and then they could make the individual ambassador. Nothing wrong with this, but this has nothing to do with any signature to sell diplomatic passports. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know. Check the video out, Al Jazeera, and let me know where in that video stated that he was selling diplomatic passports. Where? Because I know they were talking about OJ Seraphine, and OJ Seraphine, the way that they phrased it, it was actually in relation to what was happening with Skerritt them, on the basis of selling diplomatic passports that have absolutely nothing to do. And people were talking about signature and what have you. Anyways, guys, there's some, that is a whole long audio.
Exactly. He got caught this time. God knows how many times he passed it.
Joshua Francis doesn't know this. He say he got caught how many times, but he doesn't know what exactly, who got caught. Joshua doesn't know none of these things. This is what I'm telling you. Based on my understanding of this audio, it seems like Joshua Francis was pandering to his audience. And maybe his audience were Labour Party people, maybe trying to get them to his side or something, I don't know. But he was basically pandering to the individuals. But as a political individual siding with one party, you do not do these things. You do not do these things at all. Especially understanding that this individual is on the other side and you're trying to put out lies of the very party that you are supposed to be in. Or supposedly in. And a number of persons were asking the question, should Joshua Francis affiliate himself with the UWP, or should the UWP affiliate themselves with Joshua Francis based on what was being said? Now guys, but the funny thing about the whole thing is Joshua Francis stated that this was his truth. This was his truth. There was even more. Hold on, there's something. The fellow from Mao has fallen on party and never negative. Oh, so apparently, so based off this thing right there, guys, people were saying that Joshua, so I heard from some people saying that Joshua Francis must have been mad, you know, that the party never really gave him the opportunity to become leader or something like that. But even when I was talking to some of the individuals involved in the meeting where they were voting for senators, there was, I think there was a vote. It wasn't Lennox Linton that appointed people. There was a vote, a normal vote, like let's say elections within them, to say, okay, who do you want to become a senator? And they voted the individuals. Everybody had the chance to vote to see who they wanted to become a senator. And the people who are senators of the UWP were voted in by the people who were in that meeting. Joshua Francis was not voted in, brothers and sisters. So this is why Joshua Francis did not become a senator. And it's rather interesting. This is why I keep saying that he seems to have been pandering. But there's not only that though, guys. There's a letter. This is the letter right there. I had to think it. So this is based off Joshua. Joshua Francis wrote this thing. Let me make sure you get the signature at the bottom. Signed Joshua Francis. Now it's rather interesting that Joshua Francis is using stuff about the Bible and the Lord will the Lord will fight for me and I have only to be silent. The battle is his his deception is not of me. No guys, like I said before, and I know some people are going to be thinking like, oh, you think, no guys, this is how I really truly feel based on what I heard, because Joshua Francis actually know the truth about the whole situation, especially involving the bag stuff. I mean, we all saw the video where Terry brought the bag, didn't knock on any door. Then there was another video showing that he took the bag and left. I mean, the evidence is pretty clear. So Joshua Francis did know this. Yes, he's talking about bag and all those kind of something there. He's talking about signing documents when he knew that the memorandum of understanding was to find an ambassador to help find where the monies were going. He knew these things. Anyways, this is what he said. Yet I state before complete silence till the appointed time. Then he quoted another scripture. I actually saw somebody say even the devil can quote Bible verses as well. And that is true, because I remember when, you know, Satan was tempting Jesus. Well, I wasn't there, but based on this story, that was stated when Satan tempted Jesus. Satan was using the verses. He said, thou shalt not, I can't remember. And then Jesus replied, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God, you know, and so forth and so forth. But so Joshua Francis, there's some individuals who saying even Satan can quote the Bible too. In Micah, I don't know, well, Mike, yes, bro. He has told you, oh man, what is good and what does the Lord require? Anyways, he says it's public knowledge that I was recently part of a private conversation in which I shared my honest. You see, that's where it comes in. His honest experience as a politician and as a member of the national political party. That conversation was recorded without my permission and the audio file disseminated in the public domain. You should definitely sue these individuals who put this information out there. However, I still don't believe that you should be going out there and talking bad or seemingly talking bad just to pander to the people that you're talking to. That doesn't seem very, 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 very moral to me. Because for me, guys, if you have a problem with somebody and all kind of things going on in the party and so forth, I think you should therefore talk to the individuals in the party and say, hey guys, I don't like this and then you should come to your constituency, and say, hey guys, this is what is going. This is, if I had to be a political party representative, this is exactly what I would do. I would go and say what is going on, or you want to make a difference and think is all you're catering to. I will go to my constituency and say, hey guys, this is what is taking place. I do not like what they're doing, and talk to them. Just like Antigua is doing right now. In the Antigua Labour Party, Assot, I think that is his name, he's actually fighting against Gaston Brown. Because Gaston Brown feel like the Antigua Labour Party is his own, and he wants to do all kind of things and leave out Assot, because Assot has been questioning Gaston's wealth. Assot is part of the Antigua Labour Party, you know, and he's questioning what is happening, and he say, I am a representative elected by the people, and I'm not scared of you or whatnot. So if there are certain situations like this happening in Antigua, my question, why is the difference in happening in Dominica? You should come and talk to the people if something is going wrong in the party that you do not enjoy. Because at the end of the day, you still was there to say, hey, okay, I'm still going to represent. Despite all what was going on, you still decided, hey, I'm going to still go up there to represent on the UWP ticket. There's a number of times I heard that Skerrit wanted you to come on his side. If you wanted to go on his side, you should go on his side. Because at the end of the day, you will most likely win. Because, I mean, obviously, Skerrit brought a number of persons in to think. If you wanted to, you should go on the DLP thing if you believe that Skerrit them is not as ruthless as the UWP team. That's what I have to say on this one. Well, I feel awful about this and regret the forum in which I engage in such conversation. Nonetheless, I stand by the facts which I presented, as well as by my opinion. So he's pretty much saying he's mixed facts with opinions. But people don't know what is facts and opinions based on what you're saying. They just accept, and you can hear based on the conversation that they were agreeing with you, even though it was fake. It was fake. That's interesting. Within the reference political party, the intent dissensions and disagreements have been publicly vented in times past by operatives from within the institution. However, despite the differences, harsh words, and betrayals, I hold no ill will towards anyone in the party. It kind of seems like you did have some ill will in there, bro. Because of what you were saying there. And about monies and all those kind of things. It's interesting. Anyways, as you scroll along, I seek forgiveness from anyone who felt wronged by me. I too forgive anyone and everyone who intended my harm and continue to seek my destruction in any way, shape, or form. But I mean, come on. I understand the whole thing about you. Yeah. That is the interesting part of the whole thing, you know, guys. When you're saying certain things that you know is not true just to pander to certain individuals. This is what I believe happened. This is what I believe happened. And if you go, and guys, I'm telling you guys, because it seems like a number of these people who were once a part of the UWP team, apparently they have been talking about, not a set of them, it's only two of them I know of them right now, or the other one in Texas. And he always talking about signature, and he sees signature. But the signature was the normal thing. It was a memorandum of understanding. It have nothing to do with selling passport. But that is the thing that they're saying. You have to read. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyways, Joshua is asking for forgiveness and so forth. And, you know, I pray that humility and enlightenment will prevail in the land. Know the truth and live it. I mean, it's one thing to say the truth, but then when you're saying something that doesn't add up to be the truth because you're pandering to individuals, that cannot be. I mean, come on, man. Finally, brothers and sisters, rejoice, strive. There's another Bible vibes he's putting in there. Above all, love each other deeply. I mean, if you're talking about love each other deeply, and let's say we hear an audio that doesn't sound like love each other deeply, I mean, it's kind of contradicting the very thing that you're saying in the letter, knowing that you were found out, yet still, this is what you're saying in your letter. Kind of reminds you of Skerrit, though. I'm not saying that you're like Skerrit, but it kind of reminds you of the kind of tactics that Skerrit does use. Especially like the incident where he's saying, guys, if you see we do this, we win elections this time, tomorrow, we gotta be coming and let us all come together to build this. And then up to now, airport to build yet. 6 years later, 2014, 7 years later, brothers and sisters, no airport build yet. It also kind of reminds me of when the Hurricane Maria thing happened. And he was saying, no, we need to come together. And you saw Lennox and Skerrit take picture, and, you know, you thought that unification was happening. And then you heard about meetings that were happening, and they completely left off the opposition. And you're talking about unity and all those kind of things there. But then your action shows otherwise. So it's kind of a confusing thing when it comes down to this situation right there, guys. Let me know your thoughts, man, based on the whole thing that you heard a while ago. There's more audio, but the audio is very, very long. I myself, this video is very long. I just thought I'd give my viewpoint on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below for those of you who actually saw that vibes right there. But all I have to say in this, I think when it comes down to this is one of the things with me, guys. I am always, sometimes I can be a tricky guy too, yes, I know, but I will always be direct and honest with individuals when it comes on to this, whatever, be it private or public. Trust me, you will get 100%, and that is one of the reasons why I think I have some very special friends in certain societies. I sound like terror there. I have friends, man. I have special friends in society that tend to respect when I come in. They have way more than me, but when I come in the city, they respect the kid, man. You see me? So I always believe that you should always be, doesn't matter who you're talking to. I mean, come on, the evidence is pretty clear in this thing when it comes down to the certain things that Joshua was saying. But I think he was just pandering to the people that he was catering, probably having fun with, but it's not helping the very party that you say that you side with. It's just rather interesting. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. This is just my thoughts on the whole thing, yeah, I just give my honest views on it, guys. I just give my honest views. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, and I will see you guys in the next reaction video. Give this video a thumbs up, of course, for this video. If you understand it, and if you agree with me, give this video a thumbs up. If you don't agree with me, give it a thumbs down. And it doesn't matter anyway. Engagement. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below as well. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get all the videos as they tend to come from. I'm gonna try my best to do a vlog next, but we'll see how that goes. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video.